The hardest thing for a retail trader is coming to your charts and not knowing exactly what to look for. That is the hardest thing, and that actually means you are gambling. So I'm gonna be showing you what to look for at what time. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to sit on your hands and what to actually look for, which is highly important. Okay, so guys, before we come to the charts to see some beautiful trades that happened today, I want to share something important with you. Okay, this is the most explosive trading strategy for indices, and I use it for the S&P, I use it for the Nasdaq, and I use it for the Dow, as you can see here. Okay, there's something important that I want to explain here. We have criteria. As I told you, the hardest thing is not knowing what to look for. You always hear you have to sit on your hands, but what exactly are you sitting on your hands for? What exactly are you looking for? This is what you are looking for if you're going to be using the strategy, okay, which is one of the most easiest trading strategies out there. Look here, guys. You want to identify trade volume before the session begins. That's the first criteria. Okay, it's very important, and I'm going to show you the importance today. And then you want to wait for the session to open. This is 9:30 a.m. US time and roughly 3:30 p.m. South African time. And then you want to wait for the pattern. Once the session is opened and you have identified trade volume before the session, you want to wait for a chart pattern. 90% of my trades are actually from triangles. It doesn't matter what kind of a triangle. It could be an asymmetrical triangle, or it could be a right angle triangle, okay, or an inverted triangle, but mostly it's from a symmetrical and a right angle triangle. Okay, and then once that is met, you want to have an evidence candle at the right time. Hence I have this watch over here. Okay, when I say at the right times, just take a screenshot of this. Okay, it's very important and it's going to help you. I'm not just looking for a trade at any random time. I'm looking for a trade at this time. Okay, it must be between 50 to 10 past. Okay, in other words, we are looking for evidence candles that are given as close as possible to the hourly mark or to the half hour mark. Half hour mark is just half past, and 00 is just o'clock. So we need trades that are close to o'clock or close to half past. Okay, if they give you an evidence candle that is close to o'clock or close to half past, bingo. As you can see here, I'm only willing to take trades if the evidence candle is given between 50 to 10 past or between 20 past to 22. But I have golden times. If it's given between 55 to 5 past, that's just 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after. These are my golden times. Okay, or else if it's given between 25 past to 25 to, these are the golden times. Anything between this is a golden time. It could be 26, 27, 28, or 32. Or 32, 33, or 34. These are my golden times. However, I'm still gonna take it if the evidence candle is given between 50 to 10 past or between 20 past to 22. So just screenshot this. And now we're gonna be going to the charts, and we're gonna be using the same thing I shared with you. So now, what is the first criteria? Identify trade volume before the session. And I told you I look at this thing simultaneously each and every day, because for me it's not about getting married to a certain asset. It's about looking for the best setup, okay, and taking the best setup. I'm not gonna say I'm always gonna take USD. No, I don't care which one I take. As long as the setup is there, that's what I want to see. Okay, that's what I want to see. If you look at Nasdaq, guys, you can see they send people up, they send people up, they send people up, and again they're sending people down, sending people down, sending people down. So we are coming 10 to 5 minutes before the session opens, and we need to know who is trapped. Now here they opened in the middle. They opened in the middle, so we can't tell if these guys down here are the ones who are trapped, or if these guys who were sent up are the ones who are trapped. So in this case, we can't tell who is trapped. And guys, as I always say, this is the only criteria you can continue without. But you're not going to get to the trade unless this one is met, and you're not going to get to the trade part unless this one is met, and you're not going to get to the trade part unless this one is met. This is highly important. Okay, so this one, yes, of course, as I'm saying, you can continue even though you were unable to actually tell who is trapped during the session, because of course they're opening in the middle, and when they open in the middle, who is at a loss? Who is at a loss? We can't say, because the people who sold here are at a loss and the people who bought here are at a loss. So guys, we are in the middle. We can't tell who's trapped. However, when we come to US30, something important here. When we come to US30, you can see we are coming 10 to 5 minutes before the session opens to identify trade volume. Okay, however, we still have to wait for the session to open. Okay, So when we come here, who is losing? Obviously, everybody who bought into the closing price of the previous day. I always say they will trap mostly below or above the closing price of the previous day. You see, they send people up, they send people up, and they send people up, kept sending people to the closing price. And now when the session is opening, it's down here. Who is losing? Everybody who bought. So literally we can say that these guys here are trapped. Okay, I don't want a very big box. I just want a reasonable box that tells me who is literally losing or who is literally trapped. Okay, so these guys over here are trapped. Everybody who bought is trapped, bought is trapped, bought is trapped, because now they are at a minus. When I talk about trap volume, I'm talking about who is losing. Who is losing when we are coming to identify trap volume roughly 10 to 5 minutes before the session starts. Okay, and the people who are actually losing now are the ones who bought, because prices are down here. Okay, so the people above here are trapped, right? Okay, now guys, let's go now to the next criteria. The next criteria is to wait for the session to open, provided we don't have news. So what do we do in this case? In this case, we come to the economic calendar to see if we have news during the session. As you can see, we don't have news during the session. We have news later. Okay, this is around 1:55 p.m. US time, and the session actually starts at 9:30 a.m. So you can see this is later after the session. Okay, because as I'm recording, the news are coming roughly roughly 8 minutes from now. You can see it's very much late, so we don't have anything standing in front of us. Okay, we don't have anything standing in front of us. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna be looking for the opportunity. So these two criteria have been met. Okay, this one was met, this one was met. Now we want to identify a chart pattern. Okay, 90% of my patterns are triangles, as I've already mentioned. So I'm looking at them at simultaneously. What I'll do is I'm just gonna zoom out. Okay, and I'm just gonna zoom out here. Now we want to see what? We want to see a chart pattern. Okay, we want to see a chart pattern. Okay, that's the next criteria. Okay, and again here I have something important for you. I have this checkbox. Okay, when we see a pattern, we're gonna put it here. It has all the criteria. Send me an email, I'll send you this template. Okay, my email is in my bio, my video bio. Okay, we're gonna be using this checkbox so that it helps you sit on your hands, guys. I'm trying here to go an extra mile for all of you guys. Okay, look, now we want to see a chart pattern. Okay, this is okay. When we see here, how do you see a chart pattern? You just try, as they are trading, you are trying to find points where they touched multiple times. That's it, as easy as possible. You are just trying to find points where they touch repeatedly. Okay, as they are continuing to trade, you just try to find points. You see, they touched, they came again here. Okay, they came again here. So this is literally an M. I don't love M patterns unless they retest. Okay, I don't love M patterns unless they retest. Okay, but again, this is an M. Okay, it is a beautiful M. For some, they can say it's roughly a triangle. Okay, it's roughly a triangle. Not perfect, but it's a triangle. Okay, fine. This is the pattern. So let's go to our checkbox. Okay, let's go to our checkbox. Okay, let's say it's a triangle. Okay, triangle. Okay, I want to help you because sometimes you doubt the patterns, but this is gonna help you. It's a triangle. Is it perfect? For me, for a pattern to be perfect, it must have 3 touches up and 3 touches down, at least 3 touches. Okay, so it could have 4 or 5, but at least 3 touches for it to be perfect. That shows that they've sent people into the wrong direction 3 times. They actually given the effort of sending people into the wrong direction multiple times, and that's something we want to see. Okay, let's see. Do we have 3 touch? Okay, the first touch is here. You can see they came and bounced. Okay, so I'm just gonna, you can use any tool here because we have multiple tools. I will just select this one. Okay, I'll put this okay, I'll put this it's rather a tick. Okay, I'll put this tick here and I'll go and take another tick. This is 1 touch, 1 touch. So we have 1 touch below and 1 touch above. So I'm just gonna bring it down again. You see they came and touched this line. So we have 2 touches. Okay, we have 2 touches, and then they came back and touched the line above. So we have 2 touches. Okay, and then now they came down and touched again. We have 3 touches down. Okay, because the third one was the breakout. So you can see they touched 1, they went up. Yes, 1, 2 2 2 2. Okay, sorry, we have 2 2. They went up with this pin touched, they came and touched again with this pin. Okay, so this is roughly 3 touches. 1 1 2 2 with a pin, they come down and touch again. This makes it another touchdown. You see, they went up before coming down. So we have roughly 3 touches on either side, right? We have 3 touches on either side. Okay, is the pattern perfect? Yes, of course, the pattern is perfect. Okay, the pattern is perfect in this sense. The pattern is perfect, yes, because it has 3 touches. Okay, how long did it take to build the pattern? This helps with targeting. If it took more than an hour, you can target 100 and even more. Okay, this one took 23 minutes, as you can see. When I pull this through, you will see there's 23 in the box. So this is just the number of candles, and this is a 1 minute time frame, which means each candle is 1 minute. That actually tells you that they took roughly 23 minutes to build this pattern, right? Yes. Okay, yes, they took 23 minutes, which simply means the target 23 minutes. Okay, which tells you that the target is going to be less than 100 pips, so it's going to be roughly 50 pips. Okay, it's 50 pips because that's our minimum target. The target is 50 pips. Okay, now we are coming. Do we have an evidence candle? What is an evidence candle? I've been explaining this countless times, even in my recent video. An evidence candle, you see, they came in touch for the last leg, then they came down to the point where they broke out. The breakout candle must be the biggest candle from this point where they touched all the way to where it actually broke out. Okay, so the candle that breaks out must be the biggest candle. Okay, it must be the biggest candle from this last leg. Okay, do we have an evidence candle on this one? The answer is what? Do we have an evidence candle, a bigger candle that broke out which is bigger than this one? The answer is actually no, we don't have a evidence candle. Okay, that's why I wanted to post this. Already I've posted 2 videos today, but I want to post this again because you have a breakout but you don't have an evidence candle. So obviously this is not a trade for us. Why? Because they failed. Do we have an evidence candle? No. So obviously we can't get to this point unless this one is met. And then we're gonna go to our criteria. Okay, I told you this one is a prerequisite for this one, and this one is a prerequisite for this one, and this one is a prerequisite for this one. So before you press the execute button, you have roughly 3 criteria above. Okay, and one of those criteria is evidence candle. Okay, and an evidence candle is the big candle that breaks out. We have a big candle, but was it a breakout candle? No. So we don't have an evidence candle in this case. So they failed here. Okay, when they fail here, what do? Obviously it's a fail. Okay, we can't get to this one unless this one is met. Sometimes, you know, if we can code a robot with this thing, it will do perfect, because sometimes people just want to force things even though the criteria are denying. Okay, so there was no trade. Why? Because they failed here. Yes, they gave a pattern of which is still a triangle, but they failed when they came here. So this tells you that there is no execution in any way. Okay, there is no execution. So this one literally failed. Yes, but it went 90 something. Yes, it went 90 something, but there was no opportunity for us, because as you can see, this is not the breakout candle. Okay, this is not the breakout. What time did it happen? It happened at 54. Perfect timing, but it was not an evidence candle, because when you get used to this kind of things, you are gonna break your rules and you're gonna keep breaking them and breaking them. Sometimes you'll win, but most of the time you're gonna lose. Okay, now the odds are not on your side. Okay, remember, the win rate must be on your side, and again, risk reward must be on your side. In this case, the win rate is not in your side. Okay, yes, now we have news. Okay, Formic, that's why prices are starting to behave like this. Okay, so guys, let's go to US30. Okay, let's go to US30. I'm looking at them at the same time. Okay, and let's see what we have on US30. Okay, the session opens. Yes, we don't take the first candle because mostly it's gonna be a stop hunt. Okay, as you can see, they send people up, but they're planning to go down. Okay, so let's the first candle is mostly gonna be the biggest one and the stop hunt. So let's see, guys, what do we get? Okay, okay, okay. Here, do we have a pattern? Some people will, okay, will do this. Okay, okay. And then again, it's all about backtesting. When you backtest, you get to see these things. Okay, you see. Let's see. Okay, we have a triangle. Now let's see. Let's go back to the checkbox. We are going to the checkbox again. Okay, and you have to do these things as fast as possible. So you can just print this 3 papers of this template. Okay, you print 3 papers. If you have a printer, you put them on your table, and as everything is happening, you're just writing down and filling everything in. Okay, okay. So now let's go back and see what we have. Oh, there is news, guys. Don't be surprised at why they're doing like this, but it's Formic. This is not the first ones. People usually look for the first news. Those are the ones that move our prices. So the second news or the revisions are not that much effective or impactful anyway. Okay, so let's look. We have a triangle. We're gonna write it here. Oh, no, we're gonna write it here. We have a triangle. Okay, we have a triangle. Okay, and this is Dow. Okay, Dow, we have what? A triangle. Is it perfect? That's something we have to go back to figure out. Okay, this time I'll just use this box. You see, they came and touched one touch. Okay, and then again they went down, touched. Okay, they went, okay, up, touched, but it's not a touch. Watch my recent video, I explained these things. Okay, as long as they you see, this is the open of, this is the pattern. You see, as long as they pass the half mark, okay, the half mark, they go all the way up, because you see a pin. This just didn't just become a pin. It was a big candle followed by a big candle. So there are people who bought, okay, because people are emotional and they are always chasing candles. Okay, so you see they went all the way up, so it's a touch, even though it didn't touch this the line, because in reality it's supposed to be an area, not a line. Okay, but this is a touch, so we're counting it as a touch. Okay, they came down, touched here, so it's 1 2 1 2. Okay, we want at least 3 touches. They went all the way up again and touched, and again they came all the way down and touched. Okay, they came all the way down and touched, and then that's where they broke out. So yes, breakout is also a touch. So we have roughly 4 touches up and 3 touches down. Is it perfect? Okay, is it a perfect pattern? I told you, for it to be a perfect pattern, I need at least minimum 3 touches up, 3 touches down. So yes, it's a perfect one. How long did it take for it to build? Okay, this helps us with our targets now. It took 17, so you're gonna target 50. It took 17. It took 17. Okay, it took 17. Okay, so that tells you that, okay, the target is not 100. It took 17 minutes to build. Okay, okay, but I love patterns that actually take more time. Okay, if it can take 40 minutes, it's good. Okay, if it can take 40 minutes, it's good. Okay, so it took 17 minutes. Do we have an evidence candle? Let's go back. Do we have an evidence candle? Yes, this is the big candle that broke out. If you count the size of this one, it's almost bigger than this one. Okay, it's almost bigger than the last leg. Okay, so this is the biggest candle, and besides, you see, they touched and went all the way down. So this one is the last leg, and it's made out of a pin. So this is a big candle because they try to send people down. Okay, so this one is a big one. Okay, do we have an evidence? Okay, let's just but yes, we do have it. Now what's the most important thing? The most important thing here is this. Okay, this is the most important thing. Okay, let's see where it falls. Okay, let's see where it falls. Now I'm just gonna come here, hover over here, and as I hover, you'll see the times down. This actually happened at 14:01. Where does it fall here? It's actually somewhere here. It fell within our golden times. So this is a golden time. Okay, so this tells you something very crucial. Okay, this happened at roughly 01. Okay, 01. Okay, we are looking for the minutes here. The time is not important because of course we are in our session. So what the most important thing we are looking for now is we are looking for the minutes. It happens at the golden times. So is it a good one? Obviously yes. And again, this is my A plus setup. I told you about the A plus setups. Okay, A plus setup. If you read Mark Douglas, he talks about the A plus setups. If you read One Good Trade by Mike Balafore, the founder of SMB Capital, he talks about these things. One Good Trade. Okay, just read that book or read Mark Douglas Trading in the Zone. You'll understand everything about an A plus setup. I tell you guys, read books. It's important to read books. You're gonna get all the knowledge you need from books. Unfortunately, people don't want to read books, but everything you need is in books. Okay, the only way Peter Branded can mentor you is through reading his books. Okay, because not everyone is gonna get access to these great guys. Okay, like Mark Douglas. Okay, he's late now, but he was one of the best, and the only way he can keep mentoring you even years after he's gone is through reading his books. So it's important to read books. Okay, books are like a mine. Okay, they have a lot of information. This is my A plus. Why? Because they engulfed the pattern, engulfed the level. This is, you can see it's the low. They engulfed the low. So this is my golden part. This is my A plus, because I mean, yes, it's my A plus because they engulf this level. Okay, yes, it's the low, they engulf the low, so this is an A plus. You see, you take this one. Okay, yes, you are targeting 50. You know, your stop losses are 25. So 25 is roughly here. 25 is roughly here. You see, 25 is roughly here. You take this one, you go for your 50. Okay, and then again, let's see. Wow, I love this one. Okay, this is where they started giving a triangle. Okay, they started giving something like a triangle, as you can see. Okay, triangle. This is a continuation pattern. It doesn't have to be good. So even if you didn't take this one because it was kind of small, okay, again, they gave a continuation pattern. Is this a good one? We can still go back to the criteria, guys. We can still go back to this one. Okay, let's see. Okay, now the time it takes to build it is not that much important. Why? Because now it's actually a continuation. Okay, do we have a pattern? Yes, we have a pattern, which is a triangle. Triangle. What did I say? I keep saying this. Okay, what did I say? I said 90% of mine are triangles. Okay, that's exactly what I said. Okay, and we have already identified trap volume for this one. So it's very important to know that we are going towards trapped guys, and most of the times they're not going to release these guys. So if you're targeting crazy amounts, you must know that we are going towards trap volume. Okay, which is highly important as well, because you can see they spend the entire day trapping. So guys, we are going towards this yellow box here, which denotes trapped volume. So guys, you must be aware that sometimes they will lead you into this so that they can trap you. Okay, so now let's see if this one is gonna be a perfect one. Yes, is it perfect? Let's go and see. Okay, just use this box, okay, to see if it's perfect. As you can see, we have one touch up, we have one touch down, but again, now it's a continuation pattern. If it breaks out to the upside, it's in line with the move. It doesn't really matter about it being perfect or not. Okay, because sometimes it's just gonna be a small pattern. But let's see, is it perfect? Is it perfect? Is it perfect? You see, they touch. From this touch here, okay, they touched, they came down, they went up, they came down, they came up again. So we have 3 already, it qualifies. We have 3 down, it qualifies, and the 4th one was a breakout. Okay, and now you can see, okay, this is the last leg and they broke out. Okay, in this case, yes, this candle is not bigger than this candle, so you could have, if you don't trust it, you can keep waiting. But for me, this is a continuation pattern. This is the continuation pattern. Okay, and for a continuation pattern, they don't have to give that much effort because most of the things have already been done down here. Okay, so they break out, another entry. So you took 50 here, now you are getting another opportunity here. Okay, stops 25 pips. That is what I do. Stops 15 to 25, but in this case 25 pips. Oh, okay, let's see, this is the recent swing low. Okay, this is the recent swing low, so they can be roughly 20 or 19. Okay, they can just be below the swing low, because the main idea is, give it some space, the main idea is even if they retest, they are not gonna come back because they have trapped already. Okay, so they broke out, came down. What time did they break out again? The time 24. Okay, let's go back. Where is 24? 24 is here. It's within the acceptable time, not golden times, but acceptable time. So it's a perfect time. Okay, it's a perfect time. Okay, let's look. Okay guys, I'm doing a lot of things at the same time. This is how you're supposed to do them. You have to be looking at the at a lot of things at the same time. So how long did it actually take for this pattern? It took roughly 19 minutes, which is again 50 pips. Okay, it's 50. So is it perfect? Yes. Okay, how much time? It's 19 minutes, which is roughly 50 pips target. Do we have an evidence candle? Yes, we have a candle that broke out. Okay, we have a candle that broke out. Yes, of course, as I said, it's not a bigger candle as compared to this one. You could keep on waiting. Okay, you can keep on waiting if you don't trust this one, but already it's in line. It's a continuation pattern. Most of the days a continuation pattern, they don't have to give that much effort, and you'll see this when you're back testing. Okay, for a continuation, they did much of the job here. For a continuation pattern, again, they don't have to do much. They broke out, and this is a sign that they are going. Okay, so stops below a swing low. Okay, if you have a broker with crazy spreads, you might have to consider moving to a broker with less spreads, because spreads cost you a lot, and it's going to be hard for you to grow if you continue trading with a broker that has big spreads. Why? Because you can't take a very big lot size. Remember, if you take a big lot size, it's going to start by paying the spread, so that amount is going to be too big. Okay, so you need a broker without crazy spreads. That's highly important. Okay, so because some people say, but the spreads took you out. Yes, if the spreads took you out, it's because you are using a broker with crazy spreads. Okay, there are many brokers with very small spreads. Okay, there are brokers with zero spreads. There are brokers without, which don't have crazy spread, maybe 1 pip spread and stuff. Okay, those are the brokers you need. Okay, yeah, because you need to grow as well. So let's fill this up quite quick. Evidence candle, yes. Or what time was it? It was, as I've already said, it was 24. Yes, it was 24. Okay, it was 24. If we go to it again, this candle happened at 24. Yes, so this falls within our acceptable time. It's 24. So this qualifies to be a beautiful trade, you see. And then, wow, as if it's not enough, they retest. I told you how I scale in, but this is a story for another day. I told you how I actually scale in. I wait for a test and a big candle. So if my first entry is here, this one is closing above my first entry, so obviously I'm winning at this point. Okay, I'm not gonna scale in into a losing one. I want to take another position when I'm in a positive, so I move my stops from here and I bring them here. Why? Because now I've added another position. Okay, so again, it's gonna be 15 to 25. So where is 25? I bring them, you see now it's 27, but I'm gonna bring them to 25. Okay, 25 is the maximum, and we don't play when it comes to that, because if you are targeting 50 pips and you have something above 25, that means your risk reward is now compromised. It's no longer 1:2, which is the minimum we are willing to take. It's now compromised, and if it's compromised, obviously that works against you. Okay, so this is another execution. Okay, so guys, the point I'm trying to show here is you have 3 indices. Let's say some people have more, but when you are looking at them at the same time, you are not trying to force things here and there. No, you are waiting for them to play out. Guys, if you see these ones, if they do what these ones did, you have nothing for the day. If they do what this one did, you have nothing for the day. Okay, you're just waiting for an opportunity that is given, not trying to force it. People tend to force things, and they will see this as a breakout. Boom, hey, it broke out at the right time. Just before they know it, it's a pin. Why? Because people are trying to outsmart the market. You feel like if this candle is becoming big, that means it's working against you. No, it's working in your favor. Why? Because when it closes like this, now you know that these guys are trapped and they're gonna be punished. Okay, just look even at this pin. It sent people to the wrong direction. So when this one closes, it doesn't matter the size. You don't have to take it when it's here, when it's no, wait for it to close. Okay, wait for it to close. So you see, they give you a very beautiful one. Okay, for 50. So both of these ones go to 50. The first one goes to 50, hits it very quick in 11 minutes. No, it's actually in roughly in, let's say, in 9 minutes, 50 pips. And the second one goes to 50 again, and it hits it at roughly 12. So you see, this one took you less from, it took you roughly 12 minutes from the first entry. Okay, so you got 50, you got another 100 here, 50, and then if you're done for the day. Okay, again, if you still want to keep looking, you can see okay, I love this. I took this point from this point here because this is where it shows a lot of resistance. Okay, but you can see this is where it touched. Okay, and then what type of pattern is this? This is half Batman. We spoke about half Batman countless times, but I told you, if they give me a pattern into a direction and they're giving me another one opposing in the opposite direction, I need to calculate at least an hour. So you can see this is more than an hour. It's 81 minutes. So this is what half Batman. This makes more sense. Why? Because they send people towards trap volume. Okay, did they release those who were trapped from earlier on? No, they didn't. They just bought these guys to be trapped again. This is why you identify trap volume. And I gave you a scenario. I even drew this scenario early in the video that I posted early today. Okay, so some people say, but it happened. Yes, but this is the same things we look for each and every day. I drew the scenario where they are actually leading you into trap volume, told you that you need at least 65 to 75 pips, okay, before you can actually reach this point where they will have released their trapped guys. You see, they've taken people into trap volume. You understand you're not gonna get trapped here. Why? Because you understand that they are leading you into trapped volume. So in this case, you are safe and you don't have like crazy expectations. Okay, and now let's see what do they do. This is half Batman. Send people up 1, send people up 2, send people up 3. Okay, and then they give an evidence candle. The video is way too long now. I just want to finish. Okay, they give an evidence candle. This is the last leg. As you can see, last leg, they go up, and this is the last leg. This is the biggest candle from the last leg. Let's see, what time did this candle? 25. Let's go to the times, to the watch. It happened here, exactly here. This is a golden time, as I've showed you. Okay, we have identified trap. Yes, Matt. Yes, we have half Batman in this case. Yes, we have an evidence candle at the right time. Okay, at the right time. This is a big candle at the right time. Golden times. Okay, it's 27, but again, I told you 25 pip is the maximum. No, wait, yes, it's 27. 25 is the maximum. So the maximum actually is on the line of the pattern, which is kind of perfect. Okay, this is 25 and 50. Okay, and 50. Let's see, how long did it take so that we can see how much we target. It took 51, less than an hour. So obviously it's gonna be 50, right? Obviously it's gonna be 50. And let's see if it went to 50. You see, it went to 50 in 16 minutes. So these are explosive. Okay, they are done in minutes. So you can see this one gave multiple opportunities, whereas these ones didn't give anything. These ones didn't really give anything. So you are looking at them at the same time, but you're not really married to a certain pair. And this one actually did give something beautiful, but it failed with the evidence candle. So there's a lot to learn from these things. Okay, guys, you can't get these things wrong. Okay, you can't get these things wrong. You just have to backtest, sit on your hands, wait for the right time and wait for the right candle. I know people always like, guys, this thing is a mental or an emotional game. It's a mental game. Okay, it's a mental game or a mental business. They're gonna try to force you to take things that are not ready, and you can simply break your rules and say, oh, but okay, just bend it a little bit. But in the long run, it's gonna cost you, because these are the rules that have a high win rate. The moment you break them, you messed up with the win rate. You can still break them and win today, but what's going to happen in the long run? You see, 3 beautiful opportunities. You are looking at them at the same time, looking for the one that's going to give you something clean, and you don't take things you don't understand. Just because they are moving and they actually went 120 something doesn't mean there was something for any of you. Okay, Okay, just because they went from here all the way to here, they went 180, and you feel like, oh, I would have made a lot if I took this one. No, you don't have the edge. Okay, this is where you have an edge. You have an edge. You have an edge. This one gave 3 beautiful executions, but you take one, you are done for the day. Okay, it's gonna be the same thing every day. If I want you to take something important with you today, it's actually this. Take this watch, screenshot it. It's very, very, very important. Okay, just screenshot it. It's highly, highly, highly important. Okay, it's highly important. Screenshot this watch. These are the golden times. Look at the times. What time is it? Are they giving you the evidence candle at the right time, or are they giving you an evidence candle at a random time? Is it a correct evidence candle? Is the pattern perfect? Okay, send me an email, I'll send you this. Send me an email, I'll send you this. Okay, you see, you need to have a pattern, a perfect pattern. You need to know the time for targeting purpose. I'm not talking about targeting in this video. Okay, and again, the most important thing, you need to have an evidence candle. You need to know what is an evidence candle, and I've explained this countless times. And guys, evidence candle, boom. I'm gonna update this, and I'm gonna put this into the playbook. Okay, so for all of those who have the playbook, I will re-upload it. I know you can download it multiple times from the platform, okay, if you already have it. So I'm gonna update all these things and put them there. Okay, I'll put even the watch, because this is important. Okay, and yeah, just try to read it, because I've summarized the strategy there. Everything you need is already there. And don't forget about the types of trends. We are not talking about them much now, because they are not happening that frequently, but there's a time they're going to happen frequently, and most of the execution will be based on them. You know what they do? They shift things. Okay, they shift things. Sometimes they can move prices at the right time, then later they move them late. You forget about your timings, and then when they come back, you're already forgotten everything. So they're just gonna play with you. That's why sometimes markets do something like the whole week they don't give you any possible opportunity, but the following one they are back. They have to like change things, tweak things here and there, so that people don't really cram them. Because they know that some people are going to give up early. They know that some people are going to say, this thing is no longer working, let me find something better. They know that, so they don't want you to become consistent in the long run. And how can they do that? They have to make you feel like an idiot sometimes, feel like you don't even know what you're doing. That's normal. If you have been in this kind of business for a long time, you know that that's how they actually behave. Sometimes they won't give anything at all. Okay, and sometimes, yes, they'll give you fake breakouts, maybe 3 days in a row, and like, okay, it hits you and you feel like, oh, this and that and that. Okay, the longer you stay, the more you're gonna know their tricks. Okay, so they will do that. Sometimes you'll feel like you don't know anything. You don't know anything, but that's how the world works. Okay, they don't want people becoming consistent. They want you to question yourself. They want you to question your knowledge. They want you to question your strategy. They want you to question everything and then mess it up. And then when everything comes back to normal, you are already lost. You no longer have a strategy. You no longer have anything that works. Okay, that's how they've been consistently taking from 90% of retail guys for decades and decades and decades. This is the way they take from everybody, and they've been using this way. They are not going to change it anytime soon, because this is something working for them. And you know, for market makers to change everything out, to change everything completely, it's gonna be a huge work. Okay, because they need to find something that it's gonna work against people, stuff. So they're not gonna change these things, but here and there they will be willing to give out, change things. Okay, change things, change the times. Okay, change the times, or maybe they can change. 90% of my executions are based on right angles, right? On triangles. They can just change, or maybe give you a week of head and shoulders. Okay, and then they don't give you triangles for maybe a week or two, and then you feel like, oh, the triangles are no longer working, and they are no longer working. When you have changed everything, messed up everything, they come back, you already lost. So you need to know their tricks. Okay, anyway guys, it's late already, and I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day. Okay, I really appreciate all of you. Thank you.